much I love Porsha, so there is no way I could have missed reviewing Porsha is Having a Baby. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Porsha is Having a Baby, Part 1. P is for Princess. If it's your first time visiting my channel, what up though? Click the red subscribe button and become a Ray of Sunshine. Since you're there already, click the notification bell and you won't miss a video I upload. So yeah, Porsha's having a baby. We've been waiting a long time for her to have this baby. Of course, in real life, she had the baby, but my God, it took her forever to get here. Nonetheless, when they open up, they do the photo shoot, the maternity photo shoot, which when I was pregnant both times wasn't a thing. And I'm all like, oh, I wish it was a thing. Like, I have a couple pictures of me pregnant, but it wasn't a thing. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't a thing. So I kind of feel like I kind of missed out, and that was super cute. And if you watch my reviews with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you always hear me say how I am so for how he's supporting her throughout her pregnancy. There's a lot of single mothers out there who were single from the beginning. Like, it didn't start off that way and you ended up single like we were single from day one. That would be me. Anyway, let's talk about it. Dennis has uprooted himself from his home in the city to move out with Porsha in Duluth. Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. But what we see is he's not comfortable there. You know why he's not comfortable there? Porsha has not made it feel like home for him. And he's vocalizing that, but in the kindest, most loving way. It is not comfortable there. You see it with the way the basement is. Like, all his stuff is down in the basement. Like, girl, he got to go way downstairs. Because, I mean, he's got equally as much stuff as she does. So he needs a lot of room. But I'm sure there are more rooms that you guys can convert another one into a closet. I don't know what you're going to do, but you got to figure that out, because he is not going to be comfortable there. First off, he's already left his place to come move with you, which is not a thing a man wants to do. I think we talk about this. If you rock with me for real, we've talked about this before. It's better that the two people come together and leave their homes and come together and buy a place together. That way, no one is feeling like, this is my house, this is your house, this is my house. And so I feel like he's uncomfortable. She's not making him comfortable. There is nothing there that says Dennis. Everything still says fabulous Porsha, honey. Porsha the princess, honey. Porsha the goddess. Porsha's the queen. Porsha, 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 Porsha. Nothing she has not made it inclusive where it feels warm and welcoming, like this is for a husband and wife. Well, then we see that she gets her belly casted, and what I want to say is, y'all know I believe you have to have sound people in your life, and thank God for Lauren and for Shamia, particularly Shamia, because Lauren is with her all the time, and so Porsha kind of just hears one thing and goes out the other. Which one of them is oldest, Lauren or Porsha? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments, because that might be a lot of the reason why Porsha don't listen to her. Is she the oldest? Nonetheless, I was glad that Shamia has said to her, listen, he's a man. He's already uncomfortable moving into your space. And on top of that, you can make room for him. Like, you haven't. He's been there for a few months and you have yet to make space for him upstairs. At least for his everyday stuff. Even if it's not for all that, you know, extravagant, koozie shit. You know, shit that should go to the trash. Like them white leather Jodeci cargo pants, as Porsha called them. But for things that he wear commonly every day, like some of his suits and stuff for work, like, I would think that she would want to try and include him. So I was glad that Shamia has said that to her. In addition, they talked about Porsha getting a nanny. Lauren was like, I'm afraid for her. Like, me too, because though Porsha's excited about being a mother, it doesn't come with instructions. I mean, how many of you actually knew what to do before you had your first baby? How many of you actually went to, like, parenting classes so that you would know how to take care of your baby? You didn't. It came instinctually, and it is my prayer, it is my hope that that is what has happened for Porsha. I'm sure that it has. Somehow innately your mother instincts kick in. You know exactly what to do for your baby. But you know, when you got money, I guess you get to get a night nurse or a night nanny or whatever. Like Shamia walking around with I all day. Hello somebody, her African husband must have buku dollars. All the cash. Buckets and buckets, loads and loads. Then we see that she meets with Gary with the T from Dish Network. Dish Network, Dish Nation, to do a little baby shopping. And she go on and lie and say, it took me a long time to get myself ready. Well, I guess that's not a lie, because you do be a little lethargic and you be hungry and you really don't have no motivation. So we're going to give her that. But I like their camaraderie. Everybody should have a Gary with the T. I don't have one. Maybe I can find me one. You want to be my Gary with the T? Like, and he is going to host her baby shower. So they also talk about Dennis doing, you know, some stand-up comedy, some roasting or some shit, and I'm concerned about it because y'all saw the jokes in the bed. On the side note, I'm looking like, Porsha, why is you laid up on that Chase Lounge like that with your white nightie on? Ain't that a nightie with all them fluffy feathers and shit? Like, maybe because I'm old school. Maybe that's a style and I don't know about it. Y'all let me know down below in the comments, because sometimes I be tripping. Sometimes my old-fashioned thinking gets me in trouble, and I'm forward thinking, but some things I'm not. And so this might be one of the things, like, I'm all like, girl, why is you in your nightie? Maybe that ain't a nightie. Y'all tell me, what was that she had on? You know, when she was laying down, it was white. She had the fruit and it had the little feathers on it. To me, it looked like a nightie and a robe, but what do I know? So I do want to commend Porsha for going ahead and going house hunting with Dennis to show that her openness and willingness to move, even though everything about what she is saying and doing is selfish, that she doesn't want to move, that is her house, that she, you know, got that house, you know, at a crossroads of her life, and so it was big for her. You know, it's big. This was my house. This was my forever house, not our. She didn't think about. She did think about incorporating twins. Y'all remember that on the Real Housewives of Atlanta a couple seasons ago, but or when she first got the house, or when she first started dating. So it might have been last season, or so not 11, but 10 or 9. Anyway. But I saw that as eye-opening, like she's really being selfish and considering herself in the moment. But back on to this house that they went and saw, which is not, when they first walked into it, I thought this place looks sterile. It does not look family friendly. It don't look like place I would want to raise my children. It feels cold when I walked in there. But listen, like he said, a celebrity did live there, honey, and I think Porsha hit the nail on the hammer, or the hammer on the nail, when she said Dennis identified with it because it was part of his single self, but he is no longer single. So I really would agree with her there, and I really didn't think that house was suitable for a new family. But again, what do I know? So, okay, we're gonna have family dinner. Mama Diane, Mama Gina, Lauren. You got Porsha and Dennis there. They got a chef, honey. That chef is always right on time. That salmon look good, honey. If he put cheese in that mashed potatoes, honey, you don't get this thick without knowing that mashed potatoes and cheese is so delicious. Child, help me, Jesus. Nonetheless, she had them all come over because she felt like, you know, everybody are excited about baby PJ. We're going to dish out and delegate some duties. I felt some kind of way. It was eye-opening to see that she was upset because they weren't going to be there for her every waking need. And not just for the baby, but for care of her and her husband, washing the baby's clothes, washing their clothes, cleaning the house. They needed to hire a maid, not a nanny, not try and have your grandmothers or the mothers come and, you know, supplement that stuff. Even though they're going to probably be there all the time anyway, I thought that was a bit much. And then I thought she was a bit over the top, talking about she was going to be down 6 weeks after having her C-section. Anybody ever have a C-section? Now, like I said, I was a single mother from Jump Street. The first one was vaginal, the second one was cesarean, and the second one was me and only me. And I was up and walking in that hospital when they said you can't leave until you walk. I walked maybe a few hours after I came out of that sedative, because what I wasn't going to do was be in that hospital forever. And I knew that I needed to recover quickly, so I took care of my baby. It wasn't no question that you put a little towel there when you get a little pain, little pillow, help you get up. Somebody needs to give her some tactics. She probably should have had a vaginal delivery. What she don't know is that it's a muscle, and so all muscles, you do the exercises, they're going to come right back to their natural state. But what do I know? I don't know. Tell me down below. Did you have a hard time, if you had a C-section, did you have a hard time caring for your child once you had your baby? I'm just curious. I'm just taking a poll. Really, I just think I love Porsha, but she is, you know, very spoiled. I was actually, you know, like I said earlier about Lauren always giving her good advice. She just discounts Lauren like Lauren doesn't know. But Lauren has been through this, and she's right. You're going to want to bond with your baby. Like, listen to your sister. But the shocker to me, like it was to Porsha, was the fact that Dennis had said, I put an offer in the house that we saw. And I'm with her. This is not how you communicate as a family. There's 3 C's, right? Commitment, communication, compromise. There's a few others. Consistency. Relationships, marriages especially, are spelled W-O-R-K. So like Porsha, I was very shocked at the fact that he made an offer on the house. Like, how did you think that that was okay? Why wouldn't you communicate with me on such a big purchase? Like, I'm with her. This is not how you facilitate a household. Like, it's something that you have communication about, that we talk about. Like, this is a big purchase that is going to affect our entire family. Communication, compromise, commitment, yes. But don't go and think that this surprise is great. You know, he was like, well, she said she liked it. Well, because she said she liked it, it was nice, didn't mean I like it, I want to move in here. You knew that she was dead set on staying where she was, where she's rooted, and you had to find some place that was equally as great. And honestly, that place that was 15 minutes from Buckhead was not it. At least, I don't know, maybe I'm seeing that wrong. If you don't agree with me, let me know down below in the comments. If you do, let me know down below in the comments. I just feel like it should have been more of a collective effort than a surprise. But I'm also disappointed at the way Porsha handled it. And I know her hormones are all over the place and she's pregnant. I'm disappointed that she stormed out of there, up the stairs, and not sat down and just said, you know what, let's talk about this later, or this is what it is. I mean, their family's all in their business as it is already, so she could have had the conversation there, but her emotions were overwhelmed and she went on upstairs. And then we understood where she was coming from. You know, she's got PTSD from her previous marriage. Cordell really fucked her up in the head. So it's hard for her to trust that anything someone is doing is genuine. She had made mention that the agreement between her and Cordell were for them both to sell their houses and move in together, you know, purchase a home together, which would be the right thing to do. But the whole time, Cordell had kept his home. Well, we later find out that Dennis had done the same thing. He didn't sell his home like he had mentioned. He rented it out. But put a pin in that. Let's come back to that. I feel like Porsha really needs to have a conversation with her fiance and express what her concerns are about him surprising her with this house. That she would like him to remove the offer off the table and that they need to look further. But she does need to be open more because that is her house. What I thought was odd was that the mother, Mama Gina, was down there talking about, he was like, oh, I done messed up now. And she talking about something, she'll get over it. In what world? Listen, Mama Gina, I know that's your son and you're going to ride with him and you're going to side with him. But one thing I always tell my sons and I always tell their girlfriends, before I was ever Royal's mother, I was a woman. And I'm always a woman first. Now, I'm going to rock with my son, but I'm a woman first. So I'm going to tell you how I feel as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Then I'm going to tell you what I think as a mother. Because as a woman, you need to be able to make certain decisions. And I think as mothers of boys, of sons, our judgment gets clouded when it comes to our babies, our sons, our boys. Like, we need to remember that we're women first and that some of the things that they do to these women, we wouldn't want done to us. Off that soapbox. So, we are planning the baby shower and, of course, in true Porsha style and fashion, it's over the top. Winter wonderland, but not with blue, with rose gold. At this particular venue, I'm glad she did not choose the same planners that she chose before, but maybe that was Bravo that chose them first ones, honey. I don't know, because that shit was shady. I just didn't think that Porsha would actually do or choose someone without seeing work or knowing their history. So I feel like this group, this event planner has a better handle on Porsha's needs and who she is. But what becomes the conversation is, number one, this is where we find out that Dennis is renting his house out versus selling it like he had promised to do. Now, I feel I'm kind of teeter-totter and seesawing on this a little bit. I understand what Porsha's saying. Hey, he said he was going to sell it, but he's renting it, and so it seems a little deceptive. But in that next breath, I understand why Dennis kept it. They're not married yet. And so until we're married, and I'm sure and absolutely secure that this is what we're going to do and we're going to go forward with this, I might need to keep my house in my back pocket for a little while. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this situation down below in the comments. So when Dennis walked his mother out and they had a conversation, and his mother gave him some advice saying, you know, she needs to understand that you're the man and that you need to lead. She needs to allow you to lead, and maybe I need to talk to her. Now, my question to you is, do you think that her advice is helpful or a hindrance? I like the way Dennis checked her and was like, you know, that's not your place, Mom. I know, you know, no disrespect. It's all in love. But that's not your place to have a conversation with Porsha. I can respect that, because Porsha's always hollering, he's a mama's boy, a mama's boy. A mama's boy, in true fashion, would have just bowed down and allowed his mother to talk to Porsha. But not Dennis. Dennis said, mind your business, Ma. Stay out of it, Ma. I'm going to handle it. Like, I appreciate your advice, because at a certain point, we are no longer mothering them. We are now counselors. Like, I have graduated to a counselor for my son, my 23-year-old. When he calls me, I always tell him, so I'm going to give you some words of wisdom and some advice as counsel. As an adult, you need to make the decision on your own. But I'm always pushing towards the right decision, because okay, never mind. When Lauren had asked her about if she would put the house, if he changed the basement like he said, and, you know, upgraded the basement or done whatever, would she put his name on the deed? It took her a minute to find the right answer, okay? It took her a minute because it's her house. It's not their house. It's her house. And she has an emotional attachment to that house and an emotional attachment to that move. She said, you know, it's not a lease, so I can't just add him to the lease, but there's ways around it. And she found her words to say he can buy his way in. Listen, I don't know how y'all feel about that. I don't know. You know, I don't want to just throw somebody on my deed either. I'm going to just be honest with you. I bought this house by myself, so I don't know if I want to throw somebody on my deed. So hence, if I ever meet the person, or if he ever comes along and wants to love me and marry me, I feel like I would need to rent this. I'm not going to sell it, okay? I'm going to need to rent it, and we need to find some place to cohabit together, right? If we just dating, he could move in because it's still mine. Are we serious and we not married? Come on in, because I could use a little help. Like, listen, y'all want to pretend like y'all independent? I am, but a little help would be nice. Yeah, whatever. Okay, that's a whole video on its own. Well, it's time for the baby shower, and it is as gorgeous as we thought it was gonna be, as extravagant as we thought it was gonna be. Everybody arrives. You know, we see the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast plus Kenya minus Nene, you know, with a dab of Marlo. And we saw the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion in part 2, how they talked about it. Or was that part 1? I'm not sure. I didn't even do part 3. Let me get off my soapbox. Nonetheless, everybody showed up in true fashion in all white. She was the only one in rose gold. It was actually very beautiful, very nicely done. She did roll up in there with her robe on, real ghetto. Now, I'm going to tell you that I like the way that she entered into that baby shower, okay? Because we are celebrating the mother. Though we are showering her because she has a baby, we are celebrating the mom. And I just want you to know that, oh, Candy wasn't there. We didn't see Candy, but she did say she wasn't going to be there. Anyway, I want you to know that was true Porsha, right? Porsha from That Thanya, right? Like, she came in with sass. Her song was perfect for her. Her little moves. Like, I was like, come through, Porsha. You look really nice. I'm really happy for you. But what moved me the most was Dennis's speech. I don't know if it's because it's almost lady time, but I shed a little tear. I mean, were y'all moved by that? The fact that he was grateful that they were having a kid together, like that was God's most precious gift to us, to be able to have children. Like, child, I was really moved by that. His jokes did bomb horribly, and it was funny, the whole laugh card. That's what made it funny and hilarious and humorous, and that about covers it. It turned out to be a party. Like most baby showers be parties anyway, kind of, sort of. But theirs was a full-on party with a DJ and a dance floor. I know my baby showers always have liquor for the adults or whatever. Just because I can't partake in it don't mean everybody else can. I guess it's too grand of a scale for us to see her opening up gifts, because you normally play games and open gifts. Oh, we did see the ballerinas, okay? The ballerinas, the rose gold ballerinas. And I'm just saying, I felt a little bit like I was having deja vu when you think about Aiden's baby shower back with Phaedra some many seasons ago. I mean, this was of course upscale, but it was the same theory and concept, wasn't it? So let me know what your thoughts and opinions were about this episode. How did you feel about the interaction between Porsha and Dennis as it related to the whole house situation? How about Dennis and his mom? His mom, is she overstepping her boundaries? You know, is Porsha being selfish? Like, I got questions. Y'all seen them? Let me know down below in the comments. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Porsha's Having a Baby, Part 1. P is for Princess. If you haven't done so already, go ahead, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. But above all, well, I mean, do that too. But also, click the thumbs up button to show me you like me and I know it's real. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next video.